Cody doesn't appear to have anything left. And Jade gonna position him for the finishing move, the Uso splash. Cody Rhodes, though, back to his feet, up to the top rope.
Struggling on the turnbuckle.
Oh my goodness! Cody Rhodes from the top!
As the third massive cutter sustained by Jey Uso.
Hope Randy Orton was looking. And now, Cody Rhodes, crossroads, cover! Cody Rhodes is in the finals of the King.
Get ready! Roxanne, get ready. Get ready for the worst raw review on the internet. The worst raw review on the internet. STRAWS raw with Eric B and Randy C. Chickens of bananas and fresh roast beef. This is STRAWS raw.
Hello, friends, listeners, and newcomers. It's me, Eric B. They call me the Raw Dog. And here on the Hub Sports Entertainment Network, you are listening to the STRAWS Raw review, the absolute worst or best Raw review, depending on where you search, on the internet. Folks, thank you so much for joining me and my co-partner in crime, my PIC, my puppy in crime himself. His name is Randy C. Randy, what's up, brother?
What's going on, brother? Did you see the movie about the hot dog? It was an Oscar wiener. Hey, Eric B. Hey, everybody. It's me, Randy C. As usual, we are powered by something. We are powered by interiorplants.ca. The natural solution for a healthier and more beautiful home or business environment. That's interiorplants.ca. The Doctor of Plantonomics can help you out. That's interiorplants.ca. The King of Print. Offering and providing the best for your printing needs. Go to www.kingofprint.ca. The official printing company of the Hub Sports Entertainment Network. Pure Fandom. Pure Fandom is your one-stop shop for pro wrestling and lucha libre memorabilia. Located in Toronto, Canada. Find them on Instagram at Pure Fandom Shop or at Pure Fandom Shop 416. Or you can go to their Facebook page, facebook.com/Pure Fandom, or their YouTube channel at Pure Fandom Shop 416. Pure Fandom, again, your one-stop shop for pro wrestling and lucha libre memorabilia, especially with lucha libre being so familiar today and every day as of late. That's Pure Fandom. As well as the Canadian Brewhouse. Please sponsor that here.
The Canadian Brewhouse All-Stars have come to play. Here's a food and drink lineup so full of excitement, it's terrifically tantalizing. Wings on the left side, pizza on the right, burgers and fries fighting hard in the corners for scrumptious supremacy. Uh-oh, looks like we have a penalty upcoming for double dipping. Wait, no, he fakes. Oh, what a move. Sensational from start to finish. So buckle in and belly up, because we've got one heck of an all-star experience at the Canadian Brewhouse.
As well as the TDS Wrestling Show. Join Sam, Tuzzy, and Darren, the DDC, the villain of the crew, each week for their Insight of the Week's WWE product every Wednesday and Sunday live on the YouTubes. That's youtube.com at the TDS/Wrestling Show podcast. As well as the Smack Daddies. Join Brad the Dad, and Father Greg Feltham as they go and talk about the SmackDown product from WWE each week, every Saturday morning here on the Hub Sports Entertainment. Is Greg angry? Yes, he is. He's always angry, but he should be, because this WWE SmackDown product has not been great as of late. So join them as they talk about it. Brad's always happy, but Greg, not so much. That's the Smack Daddies on the Hub Sports Entertainment Network, as well as the Dynamite Drop. Join Sean and Ashley as they give you the week's review of the AEW products. That's the Dynamite Drop here on the Hub Sports Entertainment. You can follow them on Twitter at the Dynamite Drop and on Instagram at the Dynamite Drop as well. And last but not least, the Handshaking Team. The Handshaking Team with your best in memorabilia, your raffles, draws, prizes. I don't even know what he wrote on a white piece of paper he's putting up on a camera in a thin blue line, but I think it said New Day sucks, but I'm not too sure. He's not nodding or telling me. This week we have rabbits with hats. I have no clue what it is, but he's raffling that away. Oh, it's I don't know. It's a Goldberg, I think. No, I don't know what it is. Goldberg. Yes, it's Goldberg. I don't remember Goldberg. That's Triple H with that. Triple H banana. That's facebook.com/the Handshaking Team. I have no clue where I went with this, but yes, they have the Wheel of Misfortune. They have Cheap Pete's. Definitely a whole bunch of a plethora of different raffles and draws that they can do here at facebook.com/the Handshaking Team. And yeah, if you go to the Patreon, the Draw has a Patreon at the Draw, and patreon.com, you can get a level for the Handshaking Team in order to be placed in one of the wheels of the month. You could have a chance to win this bunny with a Goldberg or Triple H mask. I don't know what it may. You can if you want. If you don't, you don't. That's fine. At least join for free and listen to all our fine product at the Draw. That's on patreon.com/at the Draw. As well as, and certainly last but not least, Chiquita Bananas. Why, Monroe?
Monkeys never cramps.
No, monkeys never cramp, but I can tell you I have one. I have a cramp this week. Eric B., how you doing today?
I am doing great. Randy, you certainly didn't cramp on that entire ad read. Brother, you are the king here, just like that bunny rabbit is the king of collectibles. No, folks, no bunny discussion going forward. I'm doing good, Rand. Nothing to complain about. It was a busy week. We had a lot of fun this week/weekend together, actually. I also got to go to see Toronto's probably most premier indie show, which is Demand Lucha last Thursday as well, which was a ton of fun. Big shout out to Jay and Jason for having me. That was absolutely fantastic. My brother, who is not a wrestling fan, came with me with his girlfriend, and I must say they are absolutely in love and ready to come back sometime soon. That's for sure. Besides that, me and Randy tried our hands on some luck also over the weekend. Rand, want to tell the users a little bit more fun stories about that? Good times.
We had a meeting at a gaming house. We tried our luck on some slots. That's bananas. Definitely not as bananas as it primes to be, as it pushes itself to be. 3 spins, $20, boom, gone. 13 seconds. You say that?
Yep.
Yeah, 13 seconds.
And then the Wheel of Fortune as well. The Wheel of Fortune, we just wanted to see that wheel spin, and that wheel was just not going to spin for us anytime soon, brother.
Yeah,
but
we think we saw Sean Waltman. We couldn't confirm or not because he wasn't driving an Escalade, but he was playing Wheel of Fortune and trying to show us how it's won. That's Sean Waltman, the 1, 2, 3 kid. We didn't ask for his autograph, but he did try to hang around us a lot because he knew we were somebody special.
He wanted to get on the show, absolutely. He heard the show a few times, and he's ready. We don't know how he snuck into the country, folks, but we can guarantee with an 85% chance that it was likely him. Likely him. Our sources are telling us that, right, Randy?
Yes.
That's what our sources are telling us.
But we couldn't find the Escalade.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? Speaking about a lot of sources out there, should we segue this into that? Should we go from
segue,
that? Do you want to tell me
sources.
more about? All right. Well, yeah. Listen, there's a lot of sources out there on the internet are saying this and that and the third, and a lot of discussion right now about the pay-per-view event in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Speculation from the entire event being canceled to actually true facts coming out about the WWE staff being somewhat stuck, not able to travel out of where they are right now. Randy, as far as everything that you've seen on the internet, I mean, the internet itself is known to breed misinformation sometimes, but what is it about us as wrestling fans that this is like a very hot ticket discussion right now? Like, I'm not really putting two and two together. And with that being said, folks, this is not a political show, so we're not going to go political based. I understand everything that's going on in the world, and I understand the difference between different regions as well, which I think a lot of people are missing out on. So, Randy, what is it about the pro wrestling community right now that wants this show canceled, more or less? That's really the hot ticket here, and that's really what's been talked about a lot by pro wrestling fans. At no time has WWE come out and even said that it would be postponed. But what is it about fans that want the show canceled?
Well, 100% I can tell you, and it is not going into, we're not going to go into politics deeply into it, but it has to do with a little part of politics. See, from day one, when all these shows started to go in Saudi, people just didn't want them there. People were refusing to watch them, this and that. They weren't going to watch them because they're there, but then in turn, everybody watched them on the Saturday or whatever. All the people that said they wouldn't, they did. And we're talking about sources even. You're saying sources. Like all the dirt sheets out there. We're not a dirt sheet, folks. We're an opinion-based program. I just want to say that out there. But it all started years and years ago. Don't get me wrong. What's going on in this world right now is not too good. And I could see some sort of concern or what it may be for the event going on. But at the end of the day, if a plane can leave there in the hardest of times of what was happening in the current country that it was in and leaving, so on and so forth, and be fine, I'm pretty sure a country beside it with something going on and prince or whatever you want to say of a country that definitely wants this series, spend a lot of money, will definitely make sure it will work to get in. Don't get me wrong, sources like Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer saying that production staff were already down there and caught at the airport, so on and so forth. I think it's just, there hasn't been really much to talk about this week. So there has to be something to talk about. And don't get me wrong, the world news and everything going on right now, it tries to make it relevant. A lot of people thinking of what they know or what they don't know. Point blank, let's wait till it comes from the horse's mouth, right?
Exactly.
And that's all we should wait on. And
find your trusted news sources. Find your trusted news sources, folks. Find out the information. There's nothing wrong with searching for a little bit more information to educate yourself more on something. That doesn't make you weaker in a debate. That actually makes you stronger as a person. So just don't jump on things automatically, because I can't tell you how many of the posts that I received yesterday saying that WWE was canceling the show, more or less, or the cancellation of the show was imminent, were all created by fans, fan pages, and stuff along that likes. And when we have the internet, when we have this platform to be able to talk to thousands of people, just I wish that people were better sometimes of checking their own sources, but that's just not going to get the clicks sometimes. So
100%. Well, let me
that
give
being
it,
said, yeah.
That being said, let's give it some reliable sources that are normally pretty good on giving information. Fightful. As much as I don't like dirt sheets, Fightful is pretty right, like the majority of the time. And when I say the majority of the time, it's above 90%. So Fightful is definitely one. Post Wrestling. Definitely, they're side and side with Fightful. So more or less they talk, I believe, back and forth to one another, and they validate each other. So there is some validation in that. Wrestling Observer as of late, I don't think so. Meltzer's like off the rail to the most part.
Absolutely.
I don't believe that would be. But right now, I guess the best in probably North America would be Fightful in trusting source. If it comes from Sean Ross Sapp or Jimmy Van, it definitely should be pretty much gold. So go to them. Definitely see it. Coming with the Saudi and everything else, I'm hearing, and trust me, it's been really driving me insane as of late, listening to a lot of different podcasts as of late. And I've been listening to a lot of them on their thoughts on this. And you're right, it's pretty stupid. Like they're an insider or they know something about business. I'm listening to some podcasts and there's this one guy in particular that's talking about wrestling moves and how to take them and how not to take them and what it should have been done.
Oh,
and the
yeah,
guy hasn't spent a minute in a wrestling ring. And it's driving me insane. It's complete nonsense.
It's complete nonsense. But like when I even talk about this type of stuff, we talk about the air travel being affected. And yes, it has been affected, but the routes have been changed and most flights are still happening. I'm the son of a mom who spent 25 years flying in the industry, and now that she's retired, I can talk about some of the things that she did kind of secretly within charters, saying, for example, the U.S. Army. And if she was able to go into certain bases that I can't disclose at the time of certain wars happening and being able to retrieve people, there are still ways to make it happen. And I'm not comparing WWE wrestlers to soldiers by any means, folks. I'm just saying that we need to find the information a little bit better sometimes and not just look at what's been written on Facebook because it's just not a good news source. Anyways, let's not talk anymore about that. We've beaten a dead horse here, Randy, as much as we possibly can. All I know is from one other perspective, when the Saudi Arabia pay-per-view started, they were kind of just like a mega house show. And now they've evolved to the point where they're actually pay-per-views, and we're going to get things like Royal Rumble there. I have no reason not to tune in.
Right. Like, again, people were just saying that they wouldn't turn in. Don't get me wrong. Up until Royal Rumble coming up this year, I don't think the majority of the shows have advanced storylines at all. So it is realistically a house show or a super house show or a Madison Square Garden show to the most part on a higher paying level. But until Royal Rumble happens this year, I would still even say the Night of Champions coming up is definitely still like a super house show because I don't believe it's going to advance too many storylines other than a King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring.
Yeah, we'll see.
There. We'll see. But
we'll see.
Again, they're getting paid a lot of money. You're right. Charters. And there's airports where people can just walk into an air hangar, hop on a plane without even being like checked, like for their baggage and stuff, and walk on and then walk out. And this is not hearsay, and it's out there. People seen it. I've seen it myself. So
yeah, these guys are not going on to a Delta flight. Like, by the way, folks, if you don't know this about wrestlers, Delta is most of WWE wrestlers' favorite airline, absolutely. So they're not going on a Delta flight just to get home or to go somewhere else. They're chartering over everybody for three massive shows here. So or two massive shows. My apologies. So there's going to be a lot going on. Lots of media and stuff will be happening once they arrive as well, just like they always do. Anyways, Randy, the SmackDown will start at 1 p.m., but this Monday Night Raw was really the go-home Raw before the whole Saudi experience at WWE. Should we get into this week of Monday Night Raw?
No, we could just keep talking if you really want to. But yes, I guess we should get into this week's WWE Raw from the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio.
And you know why, Randy? Because Nationwide is on your side always. And just like we're on your side, folks, if you don't agree with our opinion about the whole Saudi thing or not, we still completely validate your reason to do so. Going forward, Randy in Columbus, Ohio, we are joined by Michael Cole and Corey Graves. 3 weeks now without Pat McAfee. I am having some serious Pat McAfee feels, man. I am missing me some Pat. Randy, are you feeling the same thing here, brother? Like, am I the only one that's sad without my McAfee around?
No, I'm definitely sad as well. I think the only one that's not sad is Mr. Jimmy Kuderis of Huge Pop Radio, putting over Corey as of now. But unfortunately, even though as much as I do like Corey, he's not as hilarious as Pat, and we need some comedic relief on it. Corey's very straight. He's good where he is.
Oh, yeah.
And fact checking, because I caught Corey in a lot of bad fact checks. We know we're not getting that from Pat. We're just getting hilarity and whatever comes out of his mouth. But
Exactly.
with Corey, we definitely need, if you're being so serious, a fact check, dude, because you got a lot of stuff wrong last night.
And honestly, Pat McAfee is just more natural when it comes to the comedy. When anything Corey Graves does is kind of forced and drawn out, then there's a point that's very discussed on the internet about last night's show where you say to yourself, has this statement been forced for him to say? And we're going to get into that later, folks. We're going to get into that later. But for now, we're going to start off the show. And like we said, we're talking about the Queen and King of the Ring matches that will make up the finals for the matches in Saudi Arabia, as well as the Intercontinental title between Becky Lynch and Bayley. That will happen tonight as well. That happened fast and furious. But here we are. Seth Rollins is going to start off the show for us tonight. And you know what? He just thinks everybody's a little confused. Doesn't really know what they want. Giving him mixed signals, you know. They're just giving Rollins mixed signals. Ultimately, Rollins is just leading towards this being that he is the number one here. Because ultimately, he is the man with the briefcase. He is the man with the plan. And everybody else is just in the race for second place. Randy, nice little promo here to start off for Seth Rollins. No interruptions or anything like that as well. Also discussing what they did to LA Knight on SmackDown, taking him out, which in my opinion is going to lead to LA Knight coming to Raw for some revenge. But Randy, what do you like about this promo?
I liked about this promo Seth Rollins' New York Tracks necklace. No, I like this promo a lot. He put a lot of truth into his statements. It is the race for second place. All these people, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, anybody in this King of the Ring tournament, Randy Orton, putting all this time and energy to go and become the King of the Ring for an opportunity to fight for one of the belts. Or Seth
Randy
just has
Orton.
a briefcase. Seth just has a briefcase that once they all put all this effort in, he can just like, here you go, 1, 2, 3, which he's done before. So Seth Rollins, again, spitting a lot of truce in this. It makes you want to think. Don't put all your time and effort in the one and put it all in the money in the bank. That's all. But we have to make something important, right? Cody Rhodes, wink, wink. But there is more than one royal family. Probably after he wins the King of the Ring. But we'll talk a little more about that later. I definitely did enjoy Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, his talking and Paul Heyman's just listening, there's something about it. And I think just Paul Heyman just collecting all the information, and it's going to hit him over the head with a Doink the Clown hammer when he teams with Bron Breakker at the end there and say, you thought you were the smart guy. Well, I realistically was.
Yeah, eventually. We're going to get there, but there's already a discussion of a fourth man coming in. It could either be Ricky or Ethan Page there from NXT is what everybody's kind of been pushing for. And a lot of people liked that idea earlier, too, before they brought on Bronson Reed. But Bronson being there and literally just destroying guys like LA Knight, it makes sense that he's written off of TV after taking 3 massive splashes. It makes sense. So anyways, Randy's favorite guy is going to be in our first match of the night. It is Penta versus Bron Breakker. And poor Randy's at home just shaking his head as much as he possibly can, getting through this one. That being said, it had some of its spots. It had some of its moments that you come to expect from a Bron Breakker match. You come to expect from a Penta.
2. There is one. Name 2.
All right. Do you want me to do the 1 first then, or is that
no? We'll go. I know where the 1's placed, so we might as well just tell.
All right. Bron Breakker off of the apron, clothesline jumping over the table spot that he's been famous for, as well as Bron Breakker running the ropes and then hitting with a massive clothesline as fast as he possibly can. With that being said, a lot of the rest of this match was very slow moving for these two guys, and I don't know if it's a strange pairing that we have between the two of them, but they really gave these guys some time to play with in this match too. So it's not like it was fast and furious. Nobody really got destroyed in this match. But yeah, eventually we're going to get there when Penta tries for the first springboard hit by a spear of the night. But yeah, Penta jumps off with a springboard attempt and gets hit by a kind of an odd looking spear where Penta only kind of turned, let's say, halfway into the place where he had to make it look good. And the win goes to Braun Breaker. After the match, Seth Rollins reminds Penta to stay out of his business. This is his final warning. But yeah, Randy, long match for these two guys to start off the night, and chemistry really wasn't as good as it should be.
4 advertisement breaks if you're on the bottom tier of the Netflix totem pole. Penta, people, I get why he looks so good. He does his entrance. He's like really slow walking to the ring with whatever you call that crip walk. But guess what? He doesn't speed up. And Braun Breaker is so quick. And in this match, people, you definitely seen how slow Penta was. Literally, the clothesline that you're talking about, Braun was already bounce, and Penta couldn't even turn around quick enough to see Braun. Even coming to the finish would look great. It did look good, but it would have looked so much better if Penta just sped up a little. The guy is too slow in this ring. The zero Miro again. Literally, he gets the hell beat out of him for 3-4 minutes, gets up, does a punch, and a kick to the gut, and 0 Miros. Makes no sense to me. This match, I was so angry. I was messaging the group chat saying, Penta sucks. I was fuming. I was walking the floor. Again, I get what he looks. He looks really, 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 really good. And if anybody puts Penta in the top luchador ever in the top 5, you guys are wrong. It's Rey Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio. Now, don't even put Penta in this conversation.
And Dominic Mysterio, right?
And Dominic,
right,
yes, yeah, Dominic.
Honestly, does Dominic fall into a luchador category? Like maybe a Rudo, yeah.
Well, he's definitely sure better than Penta, but I was so angry at this match. I'm going to give this match I was going to give this a 1 banana ranking, but I'm going to give it a 1.75 just because of the finish. That's a 1 point. That's a failing. That's a failing rating on the banana scale of this match, and it's all because of Penta.
It's been a lot of matches discussed, but I don't think Randy has hated one more than that. Woo! All right, going forward, yeah, they confirmed Liv Morgan is going to be out for several months, which, that
sucks too.
Definitely sucks. It definitely sucks. Adam Pearce is back. We missed him so much, but anyways, he meets up with AJ Styles. Dominic Mysterio is apparently out with an injury, but he strained his mustache, apparently. So Night of Champions is off, it seems, but Styles will get his first shot at the title belt when he has the opportunity. New Day and Grayson Waller show up. Randy, I don't know if you saw this because it happened technically during commercial break time, but okay, exactly. So that's where there's some things that need to be tightened up here a little bit. Anyways, New Day meets up with Adam Pearce, and they're going to have a match next week with the Judgment Day, a title shot. Xavier Woods is not happy about this as he walks away. He asks Adam Pearce, no, sorry, not even ask. He just yells at him, "You're so bald." This bald thing in professional wrestling, man. I mean, did anybody ever yell at Stone Cold Steve Austin, "You're a bald man," as an insult? It seems to be like a really big insult. Yeah, they should have. Baldy. Slapped his head. Done all that stuff.
Shawn Michaels said it, and then he ate the words.
Shawn Michaels doing it when he was younger in his career. And look at him now. Looking young.
Hat wearing.
Anyways, speaking about young...
I hate Penta, man. I really freaking hate Penta.
I know, and we'll do a side podcast about that eventually, okay? But we'll get there, but because we got to talk about people that everybody hates, all right? Because not everybody hates Penta, but I think everybody hates Goldberg, or at least most Canadians. Is that a fair statement?
Majority of people.
I'd say so.
People are really upset about that, eh? They're like, really? That's the beginning we should have talked about too, is Goldberg. But people are really upset. Are you upset about this? Are you wanting Brett's in the corner of Mr. Gunther this weekend? As I'm hearing people say, would you pay an extra $5 to get Brett in the corner?
S&ME. So it like...
Oh yeah, S&ME, sorry.
No, it's okay, because I got confused there for a little while too, because they're really pushing this leading up to it, and it seems like the build up for this has been far greater than some of the matches we are getting at Night of Champions. But anyways, here comes friggin' Goldberg to sit down with Michael Cole, and he's gonna effing destroy Gunther in his match. There are some, I don't want to even say give it, yeah, I'm not even going to give it the dignity of saying rumors. There's some chatter out there right now that Goldberg will come out, destroy Gunther, and then Seth is going to cash in. WWE, just please don't do this. All I can say is just this is just not the way to go. I know you really want to put that belt on Seth Rollins, and it can happen. And there's somebody who you can take it off easy to do so, but please, just Goldberg winning this title, and this random Goldberg's last ride that has just come out of nowhere that nobody has asked for, really. Like, nobody wants this. Who wants this? Goldberg. Who wants to see this match besides Goldberg? But Goldberg's son. During the discussion with Michael Cole as well, Goldberg discussed the following things, such as diabetes, Metamucil, and reverse mortgages as well. But no, I don't need to see this anymore, man. It's too old.
Too old. I think he's like our truth age, but he's too old.
Sucks. And he sucks.
And you heard Brett.
Yeah, you hear my Brett.
Yeah, but yeah, it was pretty stupid. The conversation there, like, Gunther made it personal. I just went there as a fan, and he made it kind of personal. And blah 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 blah. And this is my last match. Okay.
Which is so stupid, because if that is the route you're going and he does win and this is his last match, it's just, there's no other way you can do it. It has to be a cash in. So please, I hope he doesn't win, man. I hope he doesn't win.
You definitely have to put the other guy over if this is your last match. So I doubt Goldberg's going to win. But
in a 14-minute classic, Randy.
But that being said, WWE has given us a lot of heartfelt moments, a lot of tearjerkers. They've been giving us what we want. So can they do it? Can they take this away? After tonight's show, I definitely believe they can. So you never know what can happen.
I honestly can't believe that the internet is not more upset about this than they are about potentially canceling Night of Champions. I mean, this is the way. This should be the war we're fighting, folks, especially us Canadians. It's absolutely crazy that we're going to see Goldberg in 2025. Oh, Randy. 3 minutes or less, please. That's all I can say. 3 minutes or less. Maybe you are going to try to make the guy look good. There's no other way around it.
He's going to try to go into the ring.
He better not be in baggy shorts. I honestly, like, if he comes out in those baggy shorts again, I don't know what to say, man. But yeah, let's see what happens.
All right. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm more matter about watching this than you are about watching anything Penta does.
There you go. Yeah, it's close, eh? There's a lot of disappointment for us tonight.
I'm upset. And you know who else is upset? The Judgment Day. You know why? Because of what happened to Liv Morgan. And of course, like, I would be too. But Raquel comes in and just says, it's going to be okay. He's going to be okay, Dami Wami. Yeah, they're definitely building towards that more and more of just replacing Liv with Roxanne now, right? Yeah, we're seeing it
here
coming.
First. Your reliable dirt sheet, the STRAWS Raw. People, you heard it here first and tell everybody. We said this was going to happen from reliable sources. No, not really, but we did say it.
STRAWS RAW, the Al Jazeera of your pro wrestling podcast. Let's keep on going, folks. Bayley is in the back, and here comes Lyra Valkyria, wondering why Bayley has ignored her. It's just not time for this, Lyra. It's title match time. That's about it, right? If she wins, give Lyra the first shot. That's it. Let's go forward. All right, Queen of the Ring semifinals, folks. It is Jade Cargill from SmackDown coming to take on Roxy Perez herself. Jade Cargill coming out looking like a whole snack to the ring.
Go talk about this. I gotta go.
Randy, the name of Jade Cargill's gear for tonight is definitely roast beef, as beefy as it possibly can be. But oh man, walking wardrobe malfunction herself walks her way to the ring just looking like Storm herself in full-on red Raw gear. But yeah, I'm not talking anything bad about Jade Cargill in the ring because she's just awesome. She looks great. She fits the part. She's huge. She's massive. Anyways, Roxy versus Jade as well, Randy. It's just like kind of watching a 7-footer against a 4-footer as you're looking at the two of them in the ring. But it doesn't mean that Roxy cannot keep up, because she definitely can. A lot of powerhouse moves here with Jade Cargill during the match the whole time. Randy is gifted by a couple of breaks, it seems, during the match as well, unfortunately. And that is what it is. That is what it is, sir. Jade Cargill at some point throws out some choke slams. It looks like she's maybe going to get the win here, but can't do it. Pop Rock's attempt has happened, blocked, unfortunately, which is then put into a power bomb. It looks like Jade Cargill is about to do a double power bomb, but hits Jade and gets the win. Going forward to the Queen of the Ring, Randy, the Queen and King of the Ring finals are dominated by SmackDown.
100%. 100%. This match was good. Roxanne looked like a star. Jade actually looked good for the majority of this, but I do have a beef. Get that?
And Randy, I just want to say this before you break it down too. Watching this match again for a second time today on Netflix, nothing was removed.
Oh, really? Okay, perfect. Nope. Stay classy, Netflix. Listen, this match was good. Roxanne looks like a star. She makes Jade even look that much better. Roxanne doing the perfect smaller girl versus the bigger girl type wrestling technique, which I definitely enjoy. Now listen, I get it. I'm a male, all right? And I like an attractive woman, and I'm not saying the majority of the women in WWE, to me, I find very, very attractive, but I've put this on the front. Roxanne wears perfect gear, right? Yeah. Becky Lynch wears perfect gear. Bayley wears gear. Don't get me wrong, it wears perfect gear. Jade, man, fix your gear. All these ladies, fix your gear, because I'm watching a wrestling match and I want to see wrestling. If I wanted to go watch Jello wrestling or oil wrestling, there's other internet channels I could do that on, right? It doesn't come with a disclaimer on Netflix. Things may be flashed in front of you that may not need to be. I'm sorry, man. Gear is part of the wrestling persona, the wrestling environment, and it to be stayed on. Like it really puts me out of the match, Eric. I know I sound like a stupid idiot, maybe to some people out there, by saying it, but it just stay classy. Like, I get it. You want to look attractive, attract certain people, so on and so forth, whatever it may be. But in turn, just make yourself look good. It makes the product look a lot better. Again, this match is really, really good until I seen that one part, and I get so mad and upset. And it's not that it just gets me mad and upset, man. And then I get thrown myself out of it. So unfortunately, Roxanne Perez, I give you a 3.75 banana, but Jade Cargill, I give you a 1.2 banana. So if you average that out, that is a 2.5 banana, which is a failing grade. a failing. We riot. Get the gear better made. It's unfortunate. And the wrong person won. The wrong person won to me. Roxanne it would have helped Roxanne a lot more. But I get it now. So guess what, people? Jade Cargill is going to win this and be the queen of the ring, get the title shot, win the title. Naomi's going to cash in. You heard it here first. And draw straws, draw.
Yeah.
You're a dirt sheet leader of the internet. Draw straws, draws, draw.
We honestly moved entirely away from any youth movement in the Queen of the Ring. And when you think about Lyra Valkyria being the one who won it last year, and now you're thinking about, of course, Jade Cargill is green, but she doesn't really fit into that category. She didn't have to go through NXT. She went straight to the main roster, and she looked like $1 million in doing so right away. So she doesn't fit into that youth movement category, even though she really is part of it. I don't see her on the same kind of, I see her on a higher totem pole instantly than all these other ones that have to work their way up to get there, just based on her look alone. Go ahead.
Yeah, one thing. You're right. You're exactly right, Eric. These people that came up from NXT, Roxanne Perez, Julia, I'll use as another, Stephanie Vacour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. You have to earn your dues, whatever it may be. But if you have such a rocket behind them with the fans loving them so much, man, put the rocket behind them and let them win, right? It's time to move certain pieces out of the way. Don't get me wrong. I get it on
especially Steph, in my opinion, especially Steph.
Even Roxanne right now, man, she's getting a lot of big cheers. Julia, unfortunately, Julia out of everybody is the one that's getting really screwed out of everything. But all three of them deserve the highest. A lot of people didn't watch NXT, and trust me, there'd be a great three-way match on the main shows if they ever wanted to have a pay-per-view to get more listeners or more watchers into the product. Definitely put them three on with a Liv Morgan whenever she gets back or whatever it may be, or somebody on the vet status to put all three and put them on the spotlight. But one of them, if you have three of them, you have to make sure one of them is over and rotate it even, just to make sure that they're all relevant. And they did the wrong thing. I get the Jade Cargill thing now for the Naomi part, but I really wanted to see Roxanne win.
Yeah, I agree with you. And like I said, we're dominated by SmackDown in the tournament now, so it doesn't make a lot of sense. But with that being said, okay, let's move forward. Let's take care of like our house cleaning here as we move into the next match. Post-match, Asuka comes out looking far less crazy for a stare down with Jade Cargill. They have their moment there. Video package on Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso. First video package here of the night. There is one later on this evening that is absolutely phenomenal. We will get there. And then in the back, we have Sheamus and Alpha Academy just trying to console each other. And here comes mean old Rusev for a quick little chat with Sheamus. These fellas are finally going to have their one-on-one that everybody has been dying and looking forward to, Randy. Dying to see happen.
I know you are.
All right. Oh, everybody. It's not only me. Gunther is here for a chat now, folks, and he has to take on a 58-year-old man and hopefully destroy him in under 3 minutes or less. Not much to this promo here. Just Gunther reiterating the fact that he's fighting an old man. Okay. Interesting. Great. Randy thinks it's a nostalgic moment, that feel-good moment that everyone's looking forward to.
100%.
Okay.
Brett screwed Brett.
Becky Lynch thinks that Lyra and Bayley are working together because she sees the two of them talking and she storms off. But here comes Sami Zayn, folks, talking about somebody who should be at King of the Ring there in the finals. But here comes Sami Zayn, and he's processing his loss on SmackDown. So am I. But here comes Karrion Kross and Scarlett to interrupt. Karrion Kross finally has egged Sami Zayn into a one-on-one match that Adam Pearce has made official. So finally, Randy, post-Saudi Arabia, you're going to get a match for Karrion Kross. Long time coming, man.
TikTok.
He's kept his popularity for a long time. I want to say that, too, because a lot of the popularity thing kind of drops off of the internet in about 5 days. with these guys when we don't get what we want, where we're not getting the match, where we're not getting him in the King of the Ring tournament. So I gotta say, the crowd is still pretty happy to see this and still want that push for Karrion Kross.
Yep, the shirt's still being sold highly. It's in the top 5, I believe, still, or in at least the top 10. The main events crowd, even when he was shown on TV tonight, you heard the pop for Karrion Kross. He's doing a good job, man. He's doing a good job. I don't know if he's going to, when his contract up, is he going to be in the R-Truth status in order to keep it? But at least he's relevant right now. And people are loving him. So good job. He did it all himself. Like, that's the only thing you can say. He did it all himself. He's the one that put himself over. So that's how you do it, folks. If he is with WWE, or when the day that he isn't, he'll give you these training seminars on how to do it, because he definitely deserves everything he gets. Nicest guy in the world, as well as he's showing people on how to do it. Like, very good job, Karrion Kross. Yes, you finally get your match with Sami. Hopefully you beat him, but I think this is the turn after this. Sami's going to be on his run to winning the heavyweight championship by WrestleMania. A lot of people are saying this.
Ay, ay, ay.
I hate this idea.
Ay, ay, ay.
I hate this idea too. Like, I was just set. Like, you ever get like a bunch of bananas and then you just peel it and then like they're brown inside? You know, when they're a little bruised? This was this raw all the way up to now. Like, every banana peel I opened was a little bruised. And but the Karrion Kross was a nice little good eighth of a banana there that I was able to digest. TikTok.
You cut into the perfect looking roast beef, and just right there on the inside, you know, there's that little like hinge of metallic look on your meat, and you're not ready to go anymore.
It's like Mandarin roast beef, right? I mean, the disappointment. Yeah, Mandarin roast beef. Prime rib.
Prime rib.
Think about prime ribs.
Speaking about prime ribs, we're about to be ribbed, folks. No, we're not. This is actually a really good match. The Intercontinental title match here between Bayley, the role model, and Becky Lynch. Bayley is just completely decked out. They're putting layers and layers and layers on this girl, Randy, as she's coming to the ring. It's absolutely nuts, but yeah, she's here.
That's how you wear a wardrobe, folks. Just right here. Look like Cody Rhodes, Macho Man, and dress yourself all the way up to your eyebrows.
Yeah, and then Becky Lynch also looks absolutely ridiculous as well. She is definitely not big-time Bex as far as the way that she looks. It's not Hollywood Becky Lynch, but she's starting to bring out some ridiculous look and again, bringing her way to the ring. But anyways, Becky Lynch is working her way in this match to disarm her opponent. Is she going to do so? I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. But anyways, yeah, match between these two ladies. We're talking about two of the top tier of WWE female talent over the last 5 years, that's for sure. Two ladies who have been in main event matches in WrestleMania over and over again. And we're now getting them for the mid-level title of Monday Night Raw. The workers' title, so to speak, is what you would call the Intercontinental title. Randy, you think that it's still the workers' title?
It should be, but it's a good place for Becky and Bayley right now, just because the storylines can't involve them right now. So I guess it should be. It still should be the workers' title. Yeah, as long as Lyra is not holding on to it. Yeah, it's the workers' title.
Speaking of Lyra, Bayley is knocked over the announcer's table where Becky Lynch is just burying her and hitting her with a bunch of stuff over and over again. Cue the winged feathered one herself, Lyra. She flocks her way down to the ring to save Bayley. Oh no, Lynch decides to deck Lyra Valkyria. We know where this is going, folks. Bayley pulls Valkyria off the apron, allowing Lynch to hit the baseball slides Valkyria down. Bayley tries to fight back and load up on the rope, but here comes what Bayley wanted the entire time, a disqualification from interference of Lyra Valkyria. Post-match, Bayley is just in absolute disarray with Lyra and telling her this is not about us, this was about the title. Lyra. She ruined it for everybody. But Becky Lynch walks away as a heel with that title and wins it via disqualification. Not a bad move for the heel direction of Becky Lynch. And it's also kind of gives something to Lyra to do outside of fighting for that title again.
This was a great match, and which it should be. It's Becky and Bayley. There's a lot of great philosophy in this match. Story being told. The arm on Bayley, the leg on Becky. It was a good match. 98% of this was a good match. and I don't know what to say. Yeah, you knew Becky couldn't lose it. You knew Bayley couldn't win it. So what did they have to do? Once you seen Lyra there, I was like, no. And especially they do the first time. Come on, Becky's like, come on, hit me. We'll get disqualified. Come on, hit me.
Yeah.
Don't hit her, man. What are you doing out there? Like, why are you doing this? Like, to Bayley? Like, I don't know, man. There's so much that was so good with this. Why does a little bad have to come on? I think, again, Triple H is doing this on purpose. But I will say, I would have gave this match 4 banana at a 5 rating. But because of 98% of it being good and that 2% of that stupid feathered bitch being in there, I'm going to give it a 3.75 banana. That's still a passing rating in it. But I just don't like the story on where it was going. I apologize, man. I apologize, people. I sound like Greg today.
Oh, geez. That was funny. That was funny. But no, honestly, I don't know what it is, Randy. Ever since Bayley turned heel, turning her back to face, the character doesn't have any depth. All right, her as a heel, especially the stuff that she was doing in Damage Control, was great, absolutely great, and they've kind of sacrificed that to give Io Sky a bigger role, which she is deserving of. Don't get me wrong, but the face Bayley Lynch. Bayley Lynch. The face Bayley just doesn't work for me. I don't know what it is. I need my characters to have a little bit more substance and depth, and she does not have it. Not with this character, at least.
Purple hair don't do it for you, eh?
I like the purple hair. I like the purple hair. I mean, we're talking about 2 different things here, Randy.
Oh,
it does it for me. It definitely does it for me. You know what else does it for me? No, not really. Chad Gable is in the back. He's talking to Ivy Nile about how she's the best student of Alpha Academy when he runs into Penta and tries to mock him about his loss. And Penta is responding with some of the worst acting I think I've ever seen anybody do on television, and then eventually sacrifices Gable's arm to an arm snap. But yeah, the way that he's responding, like, stop, Chad, stop it, stop. And then he just attacks him. Yeah,
0 more.
It was weird.
0 more. Whatever. Penta.
Gable versus Penta, round 2.
Good. Gable beat him up. Hard.
All right. Well, here comes Raquel Rodriguez, which, by the way, folks, Raquel Rodriguez is technically still the tag team champions. There was no discussion tonight as to what we're going to be doing with those belts, really. It's just like kind of there. She is still the tag team champions. But she calls out Rhea Ripley and a little bit of Espanol for a fight, a brawl between 2 brutos in the ring. That's what they really want to have. Here comes Rhea Ripley running her way out to the ring, and she is loading up a table. Do you guys want a table? She yells out. Table is set up, but unfortunately, while setting up for a riptide, here comes Roxanne Perez with a distraction, which allows Raquel Rodriguez to take advantage of Mommy missing the big boot and throws her Tejana Bomb style through the Slim Jim table as Corey Graves yells out, and I quote, "Did you hear that table snap, Cole?" And I think to myself instantly, oh my God, what have we done?
100%. Yes. Snapped right into that now, didn't she? Rhea. This is good for Raquel. And the team, what the teamness? I'm getting so old, man. I can't even think of camaraderie, I guess, between Perez there and Raquel at the end. Even the hug with them holding each other looks pretty good. And yes, you heard it here first on STRAWS Raw, your biggest dirt sheet on the internet. It will be Raquel and Roxanne holding the tag team championships in the meantime until Liv gets back. But yeah, I like this. This is probably the best part of the night. Raquel showing that she is the enforcer like Finn told her that she is. And Miss Perez there being by her side and helping a fellow teammate out, a fellow Judgment Day member. Camaraderie shown at its best. It's not like Finn and Dominic right now, but better. But Roxanne might be the little weasel. I think she's a little weasel. She can be weasel a little more than that, but that's what I like about her.
Well, WWE did their absolute best. Like, listen, I like the segment too. There's nothing wrong with the segment, but WWE did their absolute best to try to sneak in 2 different points of advertising for Slim Jim during this segment.
Yep.
And by doing so, I just thought to myself, where do we stop? Because if this is now something, like, if he didn't say that himself, and this is something that they are more or less forced to say every time a table breaks, where are we going to stop? This attitude adjustment is brought to you by Zantac. You know, like, when do we stop and where do we draw the line? Because there's a lot of advertising. It is starting to be extremely noticeable as you watch the product. It has been for months, but now they're just missing out on space on everything. Tables, ladders, chairs are going to have something on them next. That is going to be the next thing.
Yeah, and we all know that Slim Jim's a meat stick product, but here at STRAWS Raw, we are sponsored by Schneider's Pepperettes. That's Schneider's Pepperettes, the best in meat quality. That's Schneider's Pepperettes. Get yours today.
Absolutely. Get on that, folks, right away. All right, well, post-break here comes Rhea Ripley running over to Adam Pearce, and she sets up her own match for Night of Champions, a street fight happening in the streets of Riyadh. Randy, no, it's probably not going to happen.
No.
You know what? It's been a long time since a street fight has made it to the actual streets. A really long time. Decades. Like,
has it?
Let's call it a decade. Okay, sure, decade. Let's call it just like an arena brawl. Something like that. I know street fight sounds fun.
Can't do that. AEW has that, right? Stadium Stampede.
Stadium Stampede. Oh, yeah, you're right.
If you want to know more about AEW, you can follow the Dynamite Drop with Sean and Ashley every Friday morning. That's the Dynamite Drop with Sean and Ashley here on the Hub Sports Entertainment.
Yeah, they watch it, so I don't have to. But that's going to change very soon. Very, very soon. And I'm very excited for it, folks. You have no idea. But anyways, Night of Champions, Raquel, Rhea, fun times. Nice little match to throw in there for us. And a good break between everything else that's going on that's very serious, including, but not limited to, CM Punk versus John Cena. WWE production, I just want to completely shout you out and give you 6.5 stars for this video package that you created, this yin and yang package that you created for CM Punk versus John Cena is absolutely perfect in every way possible. If you never watched a match between these two guys before, you would be hyped to know that you are watching the decision-making match after they've fought 12 times and split it down the middle the whole time. So WWE just nailed it out of the park with this video package, Rand.
Very good. Yes, very, very good video package. Probably the best thing of the night. So we definitely give this a 6.5 bananas, you're saying. You know, you don't use star ratings. You use banana ratings there, sir. So 6.5.
Yeah, you go.
Yes, it was really good, but you're right. It's the John Cena wins. That's all.
The complete reverse now of the yin and yang. Yeah, John Cena wins. It's just how is it going to happen? How are we going to get there? And if that doesn't happen, that will be the surprise of decades. Talking about changing the storyline. But yeah, that would be a massive, massive surprise. All right, Randy, King of the Ring semifinals here. Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes. Is it going to be yeet or is it going to be no yeet? What's it going to be? American Nightmare in Saudi Arabia or Jey Uso yeeting all over the crowd in Riyadh, which would have been fantastic to see. Spoiler alert, but yeah. Just imagine that entire arena. They better let that entire arena yeet still, Randy, at some point. It better happen. Like, I don't know
What's
how
he going to do?
happen.
He's not going to be there.
Yeah, you're right. He can't.
Maybe. I don't know. I have no clue.
I don't know. You're right. Anyways, whatever. We already kind of spoiler alerted it earlier in the show. Anyways, it's fine. We got to do what we got to do. These two have some serious history, folks. Not only have they teamed up before, won tag team titles together, recently been on pay-per-views together as well, they have also had an extensive history against one another. When you think about all the times that Cody Rhodes was not able to win because the bloodline and Jey Uso got involved and not letting him do so. Nice little throwback there by the commentary team and Michael Cole when they bring that up. It means that this match actually means a little bit more than just two fan favorites getting to throw it out for a chance to go to the King of the Ring and become the King of the Ring for the next title shot. Jay trying to find his fastest way back to the title after his loss. Cody Rhodes kind of stuck in the land of irrelevancy right now. You could say that he's on the higher scale of that, but I don't know. We kind of quickly forget about Cody Rhodes as fans and how much we want things as fans as well. Seems like as soon as he lost his title, Randy, there wasn't really people out there clamoring for him to get it back right away.
Well, you'll talk about it. Speaking of irrelevancy, I actually was going to use that word, and you stole my word for Jey Uso. Like, Jey Uso needs to win this match to become relevant because he's falling from grace from irrelevancy. The thing with Cody Rhodes is Cody Rhodes. He's never irrelevant realistically, right? Just because everybody's always behind him, and this was. You could have picked either or, like whoever you wanted to win on this match. All we know that it was going to be a good match no matter what. And realistically, the fans don't lose on if either of them win. So,
yeah, we knew we were going to get a good match either way because when we are talking about these two wrestlers, we are talking about one word that is very important here on the STRAWS Raw review, and that is the heritage, the training, the history of these two gentlemen, which means, folks, today's subject of the heritage of Hard Knocks is none other than Jey Uso.
It's time for the heritage of Hard Knocks, where the mat meets legacy and champions are forged in sweat and sacrifice, kind of like Eric B sacrificed his roast beef to research this segment.
All right, folks, so Jey Uso, a bloodline member himself, we know that he is going to have some serious heritage, especially from the Samoan side of things, but you would be surprised if you haven't looked this man up before, the heritage that he has and everything that he has, who he's been trained by. Let's go through his trainers. His main trainers were Booker T, Umaga, and Steve Kieran, aka Skinner. Everybody remembers Skinner from his awesome Hasbro wrestler, and he was also a wrestler in WWF as well. But let's go one by one, folks. Booker T was trained by Joe Blanchard, father of Tully Blanchard, grandfather of that chick that's in TNA right now, Scott Casey, and Ivan Putski, the Polish power himself. Umaga was trained by the Wild Samoan, the Great Afa, who was trained by Peter Maivia, the High Chief, Rocky Soulman Johnson, and Kurt Von Steiger. of the famous Steiger brothers. Steve Kieran, when we talk about who he was trained by, we can make an entire show about this, folks, but I'm going to go as quickly as possible. He was trained by Dory Funk Jr., Terry Funk, Gerald and Jack Briscoe, Hiro Matsuda, and Eddie Graham. Those men, a lot of them, were all trained by either Lou Thesz or Karl Gotch. So it's crazy to think that we can go all the way from Jey Uso to Karl Gotch and Lou Thesz. And that is this week's installment of the Heritage of Hard Knocks.
You can go all the way back to the Jey Uso. That was really good, Eric B. As usual, knocking it out of the park with the Heritage Hard Knocks. A fan favorite here on the Hub Sports Entertainment and STRAWS Raw. Eric B. putting in the hard work, researching it, because you don't have to.
Exactly. Talking about fan favorites, let's get right back into the match, folks. Jay and Cody, fan favorites all around. Fanatics Fest happened also this week as well, and I think it was proven that everybody loves Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes, including numerous superstars, such as Tom Brady. Like, it's just absolutely crazy. And Drewski coming out to the music of the WWE superstars. Just great. But yeah, back to the match here in the ring. Jey Uso actually looks very strong in this match, even though he's got to deal with the numerous cutters by Cody Rhodes, including one top rope cutter that doesn't exactly look too great itself. But we get some great throwbacks here from Jey Uso, some Umaga attacks. He also throws out a power slam at one point, which is very Randy Orton-esque, almost as if he's sending a message himself to the Viper. But Jey Uso looks like he's almost looking for a little bit of insurance in this match after he hits a spear and goes to set up a Superfly splash, which Cody counters into that crazy looking cutter off of the top. And then Cody hits the crossroads, and just like that, he's going to Riyadh, and he's going to the finals of King of the Ring against Randy Orton, which it's almost as written in stone as Seth Rollins cashing in for the title, that Cody Rhodes is winning this whole thing, man. The American Nightmare has to win King of the Ring. It's just the way it's going to be. There's no other way that it will work out. There's no way that Randy Orton wins. And that's the match. And I have to agree with what Randy said. The wrong guy won.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Like, it was a good match. Don't get me wrong. Jey Uso, looked a little heelish as he used to, like the day of the Bloodline days, which I enjoyed. A little too confident, especially coming up to the last little sequence there. But it was a good match. Again, I don't know why people are into this Cody Rhodes right now. I definitely believe that Jey Uso is a stronger character out there, but the merchandise will prove me wrong. But in turn, it was a good match. I will give this match a 4 banana out of 5. It didn't matter who won. It really doesn't matter who won. In turn, like you said earlier, it's an all SmackDown King and Queen of the Ring, which is a little unfair, a little unbiased. But it's going into a non-relevant pay-per-view anyway, so there you go, SmackDown. It gives the SmackDaddies to talk something about. You know what I mean? They're going to go put themselves on the uppity-up horse. They're saying that they're the better show. Yeah, you go ahead, get on that flight, the better show, get your paycheck, and go home.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Jey Uso should have won here. I don't think that Cody Rhodes needs to win King of the Ring, and same thing with Randy Orton. There's no reason why he needs to be there as well. It's just a spot that doesn't make sense for him, unless he's losing.
It's what that country wants to see. I'm pretty sure it's like all the people that the country wants to see, and that's the only reason
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
People, they don't want to see them. They want to see the nostalgia acts like a Goldberg, Oh, but that's not. They're not coming. He's not coming there. He's going to Saturday night's main event. Sorry.
He should be going there.
Yeah,
he should be going there. Like that's where he fits in more than Saturday night's main event. But yeah, Randy, it's to your point. It looks like, you know, that crowd and probably the Prince want a lot of the nostalgia acts, want the Ruthless Aggression guys, the Cody Rhodes, the Randy Ortons to be there. The Asuka, who's really been off of our screen for a long time. And then Jade Cargill, look at her, man. Like any other country where you put her in a wrestling ring, she is going to like show up as the superstar. She is going to be a main attraction. If she was in Japan, they would never let go of her.
Hey, there's one thing I will tell you about Jade coming up this weekend is I guarantee she will not have a wardrobe malfunction or she'll be in a lot of trouble. She won't be getting out of that country. You heard it here first on STRAWS Raw. Your dirt sheet.
Trusted dirt sheet. Yeah, your absolute number one trusted dirt sheet.
Yeah.
Hey, they already changed the graphic for her and Asuka on the screen to have her in clothes because somebody thought during the match, they're like, yeah, we got to cover this girl up right away. Yeah. Anyways, guys, that was WWE Raw. Randy, banana rating for the whole show. You want to throw that out there, bud?
Oh, do I have to? All right.
We got it.
All right. Unfortunately, this WWE Raw from the epic and historic Columbus, Ohio, what's the name of the Center State Farm or whatever it was? No, Nationwide is on my side. Arena in Columbus, Ohio. I give it a first failing WWE Raw of 2.25 bananas out of 5. And it barely got to 2.25 just because of Jay and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. And also to your point, they really wanted us to know how historic Ohio has been to pro wrestling by mentioning all of 3 events that have happened over the last 20 years there. So yeah. I cracked up, honestly. There was a lot of times of the show tonight where I cracked up. But folks, thank you so much for listening to me and Randy as we ramble about wrestling every single week. Randy, if people wanted to go ahead and say follow us or message you or even send you fine things like bananas. Have you got any bananas yet? If they wanted to send you them, like where would they do that?
You can follow us on the YouTubes. We're at STRAWS Raw. Thank you. We're above 3,500 subscribers, reaching this 3,600. Thank you very much for it. Or they can follow us on the Instagrams at The Hub Sports Entertainment or on the X at The Hub Sports Entertainment. And go follow the other fine shows on the network like the Smack Daddies as well as the Dynamite Drop. All their info will be commented below. And yourself, Eric B.
On the Instagrams, you can follow me at Wrestling with Eric. That is without a G with the wrestling. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Facebook, go and join the Hub Sports Entertainment Media Facebook group, and you can find all of our great shows there. So folks, we're here at the end of the show. You made it. Thanks for joining us to do so. And until the next time, please take care of yourselves and each other and continue to live your lives impactfully.
And may you never have a wardrobe malfunction. Live. We miss you. Laugh at Reese bowling, because I haven't seen him bowl in a little bit, but Reese, we miss you too. And love wrestling.
Deuces!